His eyes on Kazuchika Okada. There's a new enemy in town for him, and Okada, like all, will learn to hail Sabin. Randy Orton against Dolph Ziggler one-on-one. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! Whoa, wait a minute, look who is there, the man that Randy Orton has a conflict of interest with. Kevin Owens has made his way out, and Dolph Ziggler will capitalize. Zigzag! Owens getting involved in this one through Randy Orton, well off his game. Tama Tonga with steel chair in hand, into the back of Finn Bálor, and now just wailing away with a steel chair. This one is over. Yeah, whoa, Jeff Hardy! Jeff Hardy of all people coming to the rescue for Finn Bálor. The #1 contenders match for the Smackdown Live Women's Championship is being declared right here tonight between Paige and Nia Jax. Sasha Banks is back! The theme of the boss, and not only that, she is at ringside. Paige now rolling up Nia Jax. Will she get the #1 contendership with it? There's two. Paige just beat Nia Jax. Paige is the #1 contender to the Smackdown Live Women's title, and it's all because of the boss. Owens with nowhere to go but down. Styles clash. Cover. 1, 2, 3. AJ Styles beats Kevin Owens on SmackDown Live. Someone's come out for some revenge. Randy Orton through the crowd. RKO from the Viper. Here comes the Rainmaker, the WWE Champion, the man who has a new target on his back, courtesy of Chris Sabin, just one of the many targets that Okada has already had on his back since WrestleMania. Sabin now! Oh no! Cradle shock! It truly is time to hail Sabin! Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is SmackDown Live. We are here on our road towards No Mercy. And well, there was certainly a lot to talk about last week, as you saw right there, that has people buzzing about the event that is going to be No Mercy. However, there is still some distance to go. There is still some miles to travel before we can get there. But we are going to kick things off here tonight the way that things ended last week between the saga going on with the Guerrillas of Destiny and Finn Bálor. Jeff Hardy came to his aid last week, and tonight those two will team up against the tag team champions themselves. But that is not the only match to focus on here tonight. In our main event, the #1 contenders match for the WWE Championship has been made official. Chris Sabin, the leader of the D.C.C, against Katsuyori Shibata, a man looking for one more chance at this man, the man who will kick things off on this show here tonight with a few words to say after what happened last week. It is the WWE Champion. It is the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada. There he is. The WWE Champion heads towards the ring. Last week, a brutal victim of an assault from Chris Sabin. Attacked on the stage and laid out right above his title belt with the cradle shock. However, Kazuchika Okada is here a week later. You cannot keep the Rainmaker down. We have seen that to be the case for the longest time. And the Rainmaker stands here tonight and has something to deliver to kick things off on SmackDown Live. And his first thing is to talk about last week's attack. Okada letting everyone know he's fine. He's been through worse. And like those worse ones before him, Okada's going to get back up. But he realizes the target that is on his back is now his entire back. Okada, though, welcomes the target. He welcomes the threat of Chris Sabin against him. Because Sabin needs to learn that Okada didn't get here by not being, he wasn't cherry-picked this far. He was pushed to the bottom. He rose to the top. He's been thrown from pillar to post. He's had his head kicked into those posts. There is nothing that can keep Okada down. However, tonight, Okada realizes he might not even get his hands on Sabin at No Mercy. He might get his hands on Shibata again, and the WWE Champion is more than prepared for that. He respects Shibata finally. But after everything that went on at Money in the Bank, if they've got to do it again at No Mercy, Okada welcomes it. Whatever the outcome is, the WWE Champion has no problem with who he has to face, because it is what makes SmackDown Live the place to be, and is what makes Okada the proud champion that he is. Sabin or Shibata, either will take on Okada, but it doesn't matter, because Okada's here, and he's going to make it rain forever. Well, put Okada in a corner and the Rainmaker will look to fight his way out of it 9 times out of 10. As a matter of fact, 10 times out of 10 with Okada. He will not be put in this corner. He will not back down, be it Shibata or Sabin at No Mercy. Okada doesn't care. He's in it for a fight. Well, if it's a fight that Okada wants, it's a fight that he is certainly going to get at No Mercy. But as for tonight, we have other things to focus on, such as the first match of the night here. The tag team champions are in action. The Gorillas of Destiny against the duo of Jeff Hardy and Finn Bálor. This all came about as of what happened last week on SmackDown Live. Finn Bálor has had his spat with the Gorillas of Destiny as of late, and last week on SmackDown Live when going one-on-one with Tama Tonga, as you saw at the start of the show, it all fell apart. It all fell apart between the two, and if not for the work of Jeff Hardy, then there's no doubt in my mind that Finn Bálor would have been in an even worse condition at the hands of the tag team champions. The Gorillas of Destiny here tonight. Bad Luck Fale not here tonight once again, perhaps over in Japan, as the Gorillas of Destiny are. However, the tag team champions are here tonight for their business regardless of it, and out comes the man that they weren't expecting to be involved in this whole thing, but has thrown himself into the spotlight, shall we say, in an attempt to protect a friend of his. It is Jeff Hardy making his way out for this one. Kind of just goes to show what kind of respect Hardy can have. When asked about it last week at the end of SmackDown Live after it had gone off the air, Jeff Hardy stated that he looks after his friends, he protects his friends. He was not going to let the Gorillas of Destiny go by and just let them attack his friends with no issues at all, and let them, and let them do what they wanted to do. Jeff Hardy was going to stand by his friend no matter what, and he was going to make sure that the Finn Bálor was going to be alright at the end of the evening, that he was going to be able to walk out of this on his own 2 feet, and he most certainly has. But now Jeff Hardy has pulled himself into this situation against the Gorillas of Destiny. It doesn't seem that he's fazed by it one bit. And I think that's something that's credible about Jeff Hardy. He's been through a lot, and he knows how to fight through it all, no matter the occasion that he finds himself in. Now, though, we prepare for the arrival of this man. Wherever we go, Finn Bálor has a strong following, and the same can be said here tonight in Reno, Nevada. The leader of Bálor Club on his way towards the ring. I don't know what extent Finn Bálor is still feeling from that attack last week. I don't know if he's at 100% or not. I don't know. I didn't receive the medical report last week, during the week, or before we've gone on air here tonight. The SmackDown Live committee seems to have kept that confidential with themselves. But regardless of that fact, what we do know for certain is that Finn Bálor is here tonight, teaming up with Jeff Hardy to take on the Gorillas of Destiny. This is an interesting match, and it's something that we kind of saw heading into NXT TakeOver Chicago, down on NXT. Tyler Bate and Hiroshi Tanahashi were kind of had similar, I guess you could say similar, I'm trying to think of the right word here, similar actions that brought them towards sanity in a combined effort, whereas this is not that kind of case. Yes, it's very much the same goal as in two people who have never teamed together are teaming together right now. But the difference is this time around is that Finn Bálor and Jeff Hardy, you know, they are friends of course, but Hardy came to the aid of Bálor. No beef with the Gorillas of Destiny, nothing to do with them whatsoever, but Jeff Hardy came to the aid of a friend against the Gorillas of Destiny, and that's what matters most here, is that Finn Bálor knows he hasn't got an adversary by his side. He hasn't got someone by his side who simply believes in the same cause of him. What he has by his side is a friend. Someone who's going to support him through this all. Someone who has, you know, someone who since they've arrived to SmackDown Live has made a connection with him. And that is what has made Jeff Hardy and Finn Bálor this close-knitted duo. Backstage they were close friends, and now we're seeing that shining out here tonight in the ring, in front of everyone on SmackDown Live. They are here to help one another out. Jeff Hardy helped out Finn Bálor last week. Finn Bálor knows that Jeff Hardy is involved in the situation here tonight and will help him out in that occasion. It is going to be, nevertheless, Jeff Hardy going to start things off against Tama Tonga in this one, and Hardy comes flying out of the back there to send Tama Tonga down. I do wonder what is going through the minds of the tag team champions. You know, this is the Guerrillas of Destiny we're on about. They are awfully confident. They are an awfully confident duo. There's a level of confidence to them that you could even call cockiness, I think, would be the simplest way of saying it, which is something to think about in that regard. You know, there's a difference between confidence and cockiness for certain. And the Guerrillas of Destiny not only walk that line, but sometimes they go over that line. Sometimes they're more cocky than they are confident. And I think that's the case for them here tonight. You know, they are the tag team champions. They have an air of confidence with them. They are in their specialty. They're brothers after all. And so they know how one another can operate. However, what can they do against an unproven and unknowing duo? This is a tough match for Hardy and Bálor. You know, when you know, go back to using the NXT example, when Tanahashi and Bate were getting ready for the match at TakeOver, they had tag team matches to get to know how one another worked. They were at each other's side. Hardy and Bálor have just been thrown into the deep end here against the tag team champions right away. They're taking them on in a tag team match. They're not gonna step around the lines or whatever. They're going right in at the deep end against the tag team champions. Nice double back suplex there as Bálor is in now, able to get his hands back on Tama Tonga after everything that happened last week. Tonga though denies the forearm, and now snap suplex, and Finn Bálor goes down. I wonder what Tama Tonga's going to do here in this one. Is he going to make the tag in? Well, Tanga Loa wants the tag on the outside. Tama Tonga does send him into the corner and tags in his brother there. Tanga Loa in off the tag. Finn Bálor held up in the corner, and this is how they're able to work together with one another. Flying forearm in the corner there. Tama Tonga holding Finn Bálor at bay, and Tanga Loa in there with that hard-hitting forearm, and then an equally hard-hitting headbutt just a few moments later to the former Intercontinental Champion. Titles or not when it comes to these three men, now four including Jeff Hardy. Titles or not, there is certainly an air on the line of a friendship that once was, and now a friendship that has been formed, and a friendship that can grow stronger in the face of adversity. Once friends were Tama Tonga, Bad Luck Fale. Tanga Loa was not around at that point, where they were friends with Finn Bálor over in Japan. And then when Finn Bálor came to this universe, well, that all fell apart. They left. You know, they almost cut all ties with Finn Bálor, it seems. And upon his re-emergence, they've cut all ties with him again. Tanga Loa up on the top all. Went for the headbutt to Finn Bálor, but instead the only thing he was headbutting was the mat itself. Tag made now. Jeff Hardy back in. So far, good tag team offense between these two men. Their friendship shining through. They're able to bounce off one another, just like Tanga Loa bounced off the knees there of Finn Bálor. Oh, but Tanga Loa in there with a big spine buster to turn things around just after the tag was made and Jeff Hardy was in. The Guerrillas of Destiny can always do something to turn the match around just as quickly as they like, and they did it right there. Forearm in the face there by Tanga Loa. Take a look at his strength. You're looking for some kind of power slam. No, Jeff Hardy able to slip his way out of it, and Hardy now in position. Alley-oop powerbomb. The strong Tanga Loa there just sent up and over with relative ease from Jeff Hardy. Hardy now looking for something. Hardy up on the top rope. This could hurt both of them. Moonsault by Jeff Hardy. Came down on Tanga Loa. Tama Tonga though going to make the tag in, but so too is Finn Bálor. Both men in here, and there's a flying forearm by Tama Tonga. Discus forearm as well, or a corkscrew forearm. One of the two. And that busted open Finn Bálor as well. Gun stun there by Tama Tonga. But look at how Tonga does not decide to go for the cover, and I think that's smart. You know, there's no Tanga Loa here. His brother's not here to defend him right now. He's on his own. And if he went for the cover, Jeff Hardy could just as easily make the save. But Finn Bálor busted open Is that due to the chair shots last week? Like I said, he didn't receive the injury report, so I don't know if Finn Bálor suffered any damage to his head in that match or the subsequent attack after it. What I do know, though, is that Finn Bálor, bloodied or not, is fighting on in this one. There was the bloody hell. Tag is made into Jeff Hardy now, and the tag team champions are in huge trouble. Tama Tonga in an awkward position for Jeff Hardy. Swanton bomb, but he without a doubt didn't get all of it. Didn't come down on the ribs like he would have wanted to. Kind of spread out over Tama Tonga's body, and that was not the position the Hardy wanted to hit it, and it's not enabled him to go for the cover either. Finn Bálor now up on the top rope. He'll look for something equally big. Bálor, coup de grace! Jeff Hardy turns his back though for a second, and that allows Tanga Loa to make the save. There goes Tanga Loa with a flying forearm. Bálor now will cover Tama Tonga, but he won't put him away, only getting a 1 count here in this hectic opener on Smackdown Live. Finn Bálor feeling a little bit riled up here, ready to go maybe against one half of the tag team champions, against the man who was responsible for the attack on him last week with that steel chair. Here goes Finn Bálor now, flying forearms, and a sling blade will bring down Tama Tonga. The bad boy is in trouble all of a sudden. Oh, he's really in trouble. He really is in trouble. Finn Bálor prepped up. Shotgun drop kick, and Tama Tonga's head bounces off that middle turnbuckle. Finn Bálor wastes absolutely no time. Pulls himself to the top rope. Jeff Hardy better be ready this time. Coup de grace! Cover on Tama Tonga. Tanga Loa is out of here, but Tama Tonga kicks at it too. How? How do you pull off something like that? I don't know. But Tama Tonga just did, kicking out there and denying Finn Bálor the chance to tag in Jeff Hardy. Tama Tonga wants to tag in Tanga Loa. Both men are exhausted in this one. Both men desperately want to make the tags into their fellow tag team partners, and they've just denied one another now. Tag made? No. Tama Tonga throws him into his own turnbuckle. Hardy didn't tag himself in. Bálor still left in this one. And this time Tanga Loa is in. And the Gorillas of Destiny now double super kick to the open wound of Bálor. But Bálor's able to make the tag into Jeff Hardy here. The charismatic Enigma in against Tanga Loa now. But look at how Tanga Loa stops him. Almost dead in his tracks there, but a Russian leg sweep will bring Tanga Loa back down here. Jeff Hardy 2-on-1 disadvantage, much like Tama Tonga was earlier on, but he's fighting on through it here. Bálor recovering on the outside. Tama Tonga on the apron, but he's got to be fatigued as well. Jeff Hardy now still can't get anything going. Tama Tonga able to shut down so much. Back suplex. Hardy flips out of it. Such back and forth action there from both men. But now Jeff Hardy in a good position to strike here. Hardy up on the top rope again. And another moonsault comes down on them. Jeff Hardy gonna crawl, gonna pull himself up to that top rope. Jeff Hardy, Swanton bomb, but it looked like his head collided with the knee of Tanga Loa. Once again, might not have got it all, but could have got enough for the victory over the tag team champions. No, Tanga Loa kicks at it too. Finn Bálor tried to send Tama Tonga off the apron, and Tama Tonga couldn't make the save anyway. He was too exhausted. Look at the strength now of Tanga Loa. Running, power slam to Jeff Hardy. Finn Bálor with a suplex to bring Tama Tonga into the ring. I think Tonga just rolled out of the ring as well. Jeff Hardy just keeping up to his feet. And now Hardy, double axe handle there. Atomic drop. And now the double legs into the sternum and a drop kick that follows up. Jeff Hardy still just as fired up as when he got back in this match a few minutes ago. Hardy now. Twist of fate to Tanga Loa. He covers him to beat the tag team champions. They just did it. Jeff Hardy and Finn Bálor just beat the WWE Tag Team Champions. And if I was the Smackdown committee, I would have looked at the result right there and realized that that is No Mercy settled for the tag team titles. They just beat the tag team champions. You beat the tag team champions in this universe. You are the #1 contender. That is fact. That is official. And in my eyes, that was stated here tonight to kick things off on SmackDown Live. What a hectic way was to start things, but in my eyes, that has settled it for No Mercy. Gorillas of Destiny, Hardy and Bálor, tag team titles on the line. Don't wait around, SmackDown committee. Get right on it. Oh, what a hectic way it was, though, to kick things off here on SmackDown Live, but we are going to move on to our next contest here of the evening. Sheamus is going to go one-on-one against the Viper, Randy Orton here. If you've been seeing what's been going on SmackDown Live, you saw it at the start of the show that here tonight as well, Randy Orton has been getting quite invested with Kevin Owens over these last 2 weeks. It started 2 weeks ago when Kevin Owens attacked Randy Orton following his defeat to Kazuchika Okada. Then last week, as you saw at the start of the show, Kevin Owens playing a vital role in costing Randy Orton his victory over Dolph Ziggler. And Randy Orton got his own back by hitting an RKO on Kevin Owens after his defeat to the Intercontinental Champion AJ Styles. Sheamus, however, doesn't care about any of that. Let's be true about the Celtic Warrior. He's just here tonight to get a win and to prove that he belongs on SmackDown Live. You look at this roster, you look at the talent that is on this roster as well. I don't mean to be disrespectful to Sheamus, but you can see how he got stuck by the wayside. You look at some of the talent on this roster. I mean, I just named one of them. AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, Bobby Fish. Some of the people who came over in the draft, you know, named in that one as well, like AJ Styles. You look at some other people who came over in the draft. Jeff Hardy, you know, who's certainly been making a statement for himself. Chris Sabin as well, Shibata. And you got some rising stars of the future as well coming through, like Future Shock, you know, Ibushi and Ricochet, and I'd even say Hanson of War Machine. This SmackDown Live roster is stacked. It is star-studded. So it's certainly tough to create an impact on a roster that has so many incredibly big names on it. And Randy Orton is currently getting himself involved with one of the biggest names this universe has ever had, the four-time WWE Champion, Kevin Owens. However, that doesn't matter to Randy Orton. Kevin Owens, of course, has said that he doesn't want Randy Orton having a spotlight in any fashion. He doesn't want the Viper to be in the same division as Kevin Owens. Randy Orton has not responded to it verbally, but has responded to it physically. That RKO last week kind of proving that he, without a doubt, is responding to the actions that Kevin Owens has undertaken over these last 2 weeks. Nevertheless, Randy Orton does not really want to let that get in his head here tonight. You know, Kevin Owens played a pivotal part in his defeat to Dolph Ziggler last week. You know, he may not have been the main role, but he without a doubt was a significant role in it. Orton just kind of couldn't get his head back in the game after it happened. But now, he's got Sheamus here tonight to focus on. Kevin Owens, to the best of my knowledge, isn't actually here tonight either, so that might give Randy Orton a little bit of a rest. Kevin Owens certainly isn't booked for action here tonight. I can confirm that without a doubt. But let's see what will happen here tonight between these two men. Sheamus and Randy Orton ready to get going, and Orton coming exploding out of the block there. Tilt-a-whirl DDT, and Sheamus taken off guard by it. Big kick in the gut there. Randy Orton certainly in a far more vengeful fashion. You can see by the pure effort he's putting into all of these kicks right now. And Orton already stomping away at the limbs of Sheamus. Sheamus hasn't even got in the move yet. Orton is not in a good fashion at all. Orton's not in a good mental state, and he's looking to prove just how much he snapped as a result of last week. Randy Orton, RKO to Sheamus. He covers him too, and Randy Orton beats Sheamus in the blink of an eye. That is what happens when you cross the Viper. Kevin Owens, I hope you are aware of the problem that you have caused yourself here tonight. That was a warning message to him. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Kevin Owens, are you certain about what you've got yourself involved in now? Or do you maybe want to back out of it a little bit? Randy Orton with a destructive victory there over Sheamus, who still hasn't recovered from the RKO. You can see it right there. Randy Orton came out with one thing in mind, and that was to send one hell of a message to Kevin Owens. And without a doubt, he did just that. Randy Orton victorious here, but I wonder what the Viper makes of everything regarding Kevin Owens and everything that has gone on as of late, and it seems as if we are going to get an answer. Randy Orton asking for a microphone. And there is the response of the Viper. Kevin Owens has been barking up the wrong tree. Owens got himself in a fight that he thinks he can win. Well, I guess he hasn't seen the Viper in action. Kevin Owens has struck a wrong chord within Randy Orton, and he proved that here tonight. And take a look at the language here from Randy Orton. If Kevin Owens doesn't want to be a bitch, face him at No Mercy. One-on-one, no shenanigans, no hiding behind other people, no interfering in matches. Just Randy Orton and Kevin Owens at No Mercy, one-on-one. Then we'll see who really is the better, who really deserves that spotlight. Well, Randy Orton has put out the challenge to Kevin Owens. He wants him at He wants him at No Mercy. Will he get him, though, is the question. If Kevin Owens wants to talk the talk, will he walk the walk and accept the challenge at No Mercy? We'll find out, potentially, next week. But we're going to move on to our next contest here, and what a match we have on our way. It is Ricochet going one-on-one against the Intercontinental Champion, AJ Styles. Ricochet has certainly been making a dent in SmackDown Live in his own way with some victories as of late. You look back to his victory in the triple threat match, I think it was 2 weeks ago, over Cody Rhodes and Sheamus on that evening. And now here tonight he goes one-on-one against the Intercontinental Champion. Another great opportunity for Ricochet here tonight to really kick the door down and be on his way towards something here on SmackDown Live. You know, I said it just during the last match when Randy Orton and Sheamus were making their ways out, the future stars that Ricochet and Kota Ibushi can be. And there's no doubt in my mind that the Ricochet is a future star, and if he can prove it here tonight with a strong showing over AJ Styles, then hey, all the more to him. In my eyes, you know, I will stand by that statement that Ricochet is a future star around here. But I don't think that means that Ricochet should be looking away from the tag team perspective. You know, I still think Future Shock has the chance to be tag team champions, and I think they kind of still need each other for the time being. However, here comes a man who has certainly got himself a target on his back already, much the same as the WWE champion, and that was Dolph Ziggler, as we saw 2 weeks ago and last week as well. You saw it at the start of the show. But 2 weeks ago on SmackDown Live, Dolph Ziggler came out and said he wanted the prize of the Intercontinental Championship. He wanted to take on the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. That match has not been made official yet, but if Ricochet wins here tonight, then there could be a problem with that matchup. No doubt about it in my eyes. Because if Ziggler wants to get his hands on AJ Styles, well, there could be a third party in the match that could not only ruin Dolph Ziggler's fun, but spoil it as well. However, he has got to pick up a huge win here tonight over the phenomenal one, who has been rocking and rolling since coming to SmackDown Live with that Intercontinental Championship around his waist as well, that he won almost a month ago already, back at Money in the Bank from Finn Bálor. With this being, what, 2.5 weeks out now from No Mercy, it certainly seems to be the time where AJ Styles better start looking at #1 contenders, better start looking at people who could be a threat towards his title, and it certainly seems as if Dolph Ziggler is that threat right now. Yeah, I think that Ziggler is without a doubt a threat to the belt. No, you know, at the end of it all, no matter what he does, no matter who he defeats, he has gone right for AJ Styles, much in the same fashion as Chris Sabin has, but the difference is that Sabin has to fight the #1 contenders match here tonight. Can't imagine the leader of the D.C.C is too happy about that one, but after the stunner that was the Money in the Bank match between Okada and Shibata, I'm kind of glad there is a rematch going on. I will say that. Anyway, let's focus on this match right now between Ricochet and AJ Styles. Ziggler may be watching backstage, but irregardless of that, Ricochet here tonight has a great opportunity in front of him. Ducks under. AJ Styles leaps over him as well. Nicely done there, and an arm drag. Sends AJ Styles out of the ring temporarily, and Ricochet not giving him a second there to catch his breath. Suicide dive to the outside this early on in the contest. Jesus. Ricochet there, a man possessed it seems. He is thinking about that opportunity that is running through his head. And that was a fine opportunity right there. Ricochet now. Shooting star press, but AJ Styles was turning over as Ricochet left. So it was a shooting star press to the back, no less. That is going to hurt. Irish whip though off the ropes. Countered. Phenomenal one with a step up in Zaguri there. That'll bring him down. That'll sting as well. DDT into the mat there now by AJ Styles, and the phenomenal one. Certainly hoping that he can take control in this one now. Styles with a flying forearm there from the second rope. Ricochet now the one looking to try and recover using the ropes, but Styles not going to give him it. These two men may well respect each other, but there is no doubt about it. There is no doubt about it on when it comes to the match itself. They are just focused on this. Respect or not, they are trying to win here. Kick countered there. Ricochet. Oh, look at that from Ricochet. Gorgeous bridging suplex. Covers the champ, but he kicks out at one. Been very competitive thus far. Ricochet been bringing out a lot of flashy offense against the Intercontinental Champion. And he may look for something big here. Styles throwing some ways. Looking to try and recover here. Look at that drop kick from Ricochet. Up on that top rope now goes Ricochet once again, thinking something. Misses with a shooting star press, though. That is going to hurt. That is going to hurt big time for you. Stomp on the arm now. Not really the most effective thing you want to do against Ricochet, but he has proven a little bit of strength in this matchup. Certainly would want to take away his legs, no doubt about it. Lifting him up here now. Ricochet, brain buster to the champion. Beautifully done as well. Lifts him up here. Step up in Zaguri. Couldn't get it though. Went for a super kick maybe. And certainly overshot that one. Northern Light suplex Styles' leg though in the ropes. Ricochet trying an awful lot. And honestly not much of it is sticking. I have to be fair to him. Snap suplex now by the Intercontinental Champion. AJ Styles might be thinking something big. Countered there by Ricochet. Forearm shot there, and the champ's in the corner again, and once again he's in trouble. Ricochet going to look for this drop kick again, and he'll secure it into the chest. Ricochet now, he is feeling a grand opportunity waiting in front of him. The one and only up on the top, looking for 630, but he misses it. He missed that 630. And AJ Styles will take full advantage, moves him away a little bit, and there's the Ushigoroshi from Styles. And now the phenomenal one sets himself up to close this one out. AJ Styles, phenomenal forearm. He drags Ricochet away from the ropes, and the cover here. 1, 2, 3. AJ Styles defeats Ricochet. Both men put up a hell of a fight, but in the end it was AJ Styles who walked out victorious. I think just too much attempted flashy offense was what caused the downfall there, but oh no, here comes Dolph Ziggler once again. Ziggler out here for the second time in just as many weeks. And Ziggler now is the Intercontinental Champion in his clutches. Oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe this is going on. Ziggler now is talk the talk, and now he is walking it as well. He's going right after the champion, going right to his doorstep and going right after him as well. Elbows over and over again to Dolph Ziggler. To AJ Styles. The champion's in trouble. And Dolph Ziggler just making sure to get across the case that he should be the #1 contender. And there's another elbow down. AJ Styles not moving right now, and Ziggler's going to look to make sure that he stays still. Zigzag to AJ Styles. Well, there's no doubt about it. Dolph Ziggler has started something now. The show-off is not going to wait for a decision to be made. He is forcing one to be made. Ziggler wants Styles, and he's stopping at nothing to make sure that that is the case. Good God. Well, the Smackdown Live committee better think of something quick in regards to that, because otherwise things could be breaking down on Smackdown Live, and once again they could be on another road for chaos, which I certainly think is one of the last things that they want heading into No Mercy. Nevertheless, here tonight we have to move on to our next contest. If I was a Smackdown Live committee, as much as I wouldn't want to make the decision, I think I'd have no choice but to make Ziggler and AJ Styles, but we'll see what will be decided about that. Hopefully next week, because No Mercy is just around the corner after this Sunday's ECW Heatwave. Nevertheless, we move on to our next contest here in the women's division. Naomi going to go one-on-one against the Smackdown Live Women's Champion, Becky Lynch. It is all kicking off in this division heading into No Mercy. Paige will be the #1 contender and will fight Becky Lynch for the championship. However, that is not the only thing going on SmackDown Live, as we have seen between Sasha Banks and Nia Jax. There was bad blood boiling between those two women. Jax looked like she was well on her way to become the #1 contender to the SmackDown Live Women's Championship, and nope. That got shut down by the returning Sasha Banks, who came out, provided a distraction, and allowed Nia Jax to be pinned by Paige in that moment. So now, there certainly seems to be big things building up in the SmackDown Women's Division towards that event, but right now it is all business and it is all focusing for the Women's Champion herself. What goes on between let me try and find the word here. What goes on between Sasha Banks and Nia Jax should not be of interest, it seems, towards Becky Lynch. What is of interest to her is defending that Women's Championship against Paige 2.5 weeks' time at No Mercy. And also, of course, defeating Naomi here tonight in order to pick up some momentum needed for her heading into that title defense. It's been a while since Becky Lynch has last been in action on SmackDown Live. I think probably before Money in the Bank, maybe. It would be about that, because she didn't defend her championship at Money in the Bank, so, or before it even, I don't think. So it's certainly been some time since we last seen Becky Lynch in action regardless, but now here tonight, she's going to go one-on-one against Naomi. A great chance here for Naomi. But we'll see how it goes for her here. Collar elbow tight between these two women as they get things going. These two women, of course, respect one another as well. There's going to be no animosity in this one. But it is a great opportunity for Naomi if she wins here tonight. No doubt about it. Naomi looking to try and get the upper hand over Becky Lynch right now. Has her in that hold. Lynch, though, able to slip her way out of it. Becky Lynch, of course, going to rely upon working over the arm in this one to lock in the disarmer, to get that tap-out victory at the end of the night here and get herself on her way towards a match against Paige at No Mercy. Snap suplex there. Early cover from the last kicker. Kick out, though, early on. Certainly some shared bad blood between Becky Lynch and Paige as well. Back in the days when they were both Raw Women's superstars. Now we'll crosses over onto SmackDown, the title on the line. Should be a very interesting and very entertaining match between those two women, though. Becky Lynch going to work on the arm here right now. Good stuff so far from the SmackDown Live Women's Champion as she is taking care of Naomi thus far. She does not want to let any roadblocks get in the way of her on the way to No Mercy. She needs to be clear-headed. Good counter there. Stopped in her tracks very quickly, though, by Naomi. And who's stopped by Becky Lynch. Look at these two women going back and forth with one another right now. As Becky Lynch hones in on the arm, ladies and gentlemen, I'm receiving some reports of a scuffle going on backstage right now. I'm hoping it'll get cleared up for us. I'm receiving reports that there is something bad going on in the backstage area. A lot of the backstage area being cleared out right now due to what's going on. The match continues on in the ring. Nice step up in Zaguri from Naomi there. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm receiving word that we're about to... Okay. Alright, I've received word that we've got a camera backstage and we're going to be going backstage in a moment right now as Naomi looks for the cover here. Going to try and put away the SmackDown Live Women's Champion. She's not. Good, we're going to go backstage. If the match ends, we'll go back to look at it. But right now, we've got to go backstage here because something's kicking off. And it is between those two women, Nia Jax and Sasha Banks. Something's happened backstage here. Sasha Banks is dead weight on the shoulders of Nia Jax right now. There was cheers spilled over in the back there. In the back of the shot. Nia Jax must have done something to attack Sasha Banks to get revenge for what happened last week. Oh, this is totally unnecessary from Nia Jax right now, but Sasha Banks is looking to fight back here. These two women have got more than bad blood with one another at this point. It has boiled over to something much more personal than that. Slams her down into the mat there. Not into the mat, even the backstage area. Oh, good God. Oh, no, what is going on here? Sent into the table. Was Sasha Banks. She seems defenseless right now. The attack may have not only caught her off guard, but could have injured Sasha Banks again. Nia Jax. No. Nia, don't do it. Nia, don't go doing this. Nia Jax. Powerbomb through the table. Oh, good God. Someone needs to get backstage and help Sasha Banks out. Urgently. Oh, well, we're back in the ring right now, but I can't get my mind away from what we just saw. That was truly horrifying from Nia Jax. It's one thing to get revenge. It's another thing to just snap after losing last week. Sasha Banks was getting retribution for being put on the injured shelf. Becky Lynch, meanwhile, in the ring as a disarmer in on Naomi. Will she put her away here? Will she make her tap out? Is it going to be a victory for the SmackDown Live Women's Champion? Yes, it is. Becky Lynch puts away Naomi here. But there is much more to talk about than Lynch's win over Naomi. Nia Jax and Sasha Banks, they're getting at each other's throats once again, this time in the backstage area, and once again Nia Jax is the one standing tall. I hope Sasha Banks is alright. I genuinely do, because that was rough, that was brutal. That was something that she absolutely didn't need to go through. I hope we can get some help back there for Sasha Banks though, because that was just rough. If anything goes on during this main event, I will let you know regarding the condition of Sasha Banks. But yeah, Becky Lynch wins, but we got to move on here. It's our main event of the evening now. It's the #1 contenders match for the WWE Championship. The winner of this will face Kazuchika Okada for the WWE Championship at No Mercy. It could be a rematch for Money in the Bank for Katsuyori Shibata, or it could be his first crack at the gold for Chris Sabin. We're about to find out here tonight. This is, as a matter of fact, the first time we've seen Shibata since Money in the Bank. When it happened at their match at Money in the Bank, it was all about Shibata trying to earn the respect of Okada and earn his title as well. He may not have got the title, but he certainly, both men, headed out of that event with respect for one another. Shibata raising the hand of the winner. And now here tonight, Shibata returns for another shot at Okada. Their match at Money in the Bank was nothing short of hellacious. It was something incredible to witness, to see Shibata hanging in there as he did, and to see him walking out with the win as well. Sorry, not Shibata, to see Okada hanging in there to walk out with the win as well. Shibata, though, also took an equal level of punishment. And I have to say, if Shibata hasn't been seen on SmackDown Live in almost a month, and he's already on his way towards earning a shot at the championship, that kind of goes to tell you just how well Shibata and Okada's match was, and how well respected Shibata has been in the short time that he's been on SmackDown Live. Nevertheless, Shibata looking to be the winner here tonight, to get another crack at Okada, and to make this one count, to make that title around his waist. But here comes his opponent for the evening, the leader of the D.C.C, Chris Sabin, accompanied by his D.C.C members as well, Kane and Christopher Daniels. Sabin has been the one on the offensive as of late, taking it to the WWE Champion, as we saw last week on SmackDown Live. Sabin had told Okada there was a target painted on his back, and Sabin was going to be the one to make Okada realize that he was ready to hail Sabin. It was the cradle shock last week that ended SmackDown Live with Sabin standing over the WWE Championship. Will the same move happen here tonight, and will it result in Sabin standing tall over Shibata and as the #1 contender to Kazuchika Okada's WWE Championship? There is a history between Sabin and Okada that dates all the way back to the very first NXT takeover in this universe. And we'll see if it will be rekindled should he win here tonight. You saw the look on Shibata's face there, though. He just does not seem to care right now as we get underway into tonight's main event. Side headlock here by Chris Sabin. Now takes it over Shibata. It's been a while since Shibata's been in action, so I wonder if there's any ring rust on him. Sabin, of course, was also at the Money in the Bank event as well. He was in the main event participating in that ladder matchup. Did come close at one stage to winning. Of course, it was won by Roman Reigns over on Monday Night Raw. Chris Sabin right now doing a good job of handling Shibata and shutting him down here. Shibata doesn't take too kindly to that one, and a hefty kick in the back there. We'll let Sabin know that this ain't going to be an easy matchup, and why not? One more just for luck. From Shibata, they're just taking him down with ease. Running big boot as well from the wrestler. When you watch Shibata in action, you are seeing someone systematically breaking down another person. You are watching someone just tearing apart someone piece by piece and almost limb by limb in many regards. But look at the strength of Sabin there to hit that. Sabin now trying to take away the kicks of Shibata. Smart idea there. Senton splash though from Sabin. He has taken, I gotta say, he has taken early control over Shibata right now. The wrestler gonna have to do something to turn things around here. Pops up to his feet. A bulldog will shut him right back down. Sabin looking good in the early goings, but he's stopped there by Shibata. Just slapped him in the face, did the wrestler, and now resorting to some fairly Chris Sabin-esque tactic, shall we say. DDT, though. Slams his head face first into the mat, and look who's getting involved now. Remember the D.C.C. Kane getting involved here, helping out Sabin, who hits a bulldog and retakes control in this one. Shibata tried to roll under the apron there, but Sabin was not interested. Grabbed onto him there, and oh, good God, this one's going to affect both of them. Certainly going to hit Chris Sabin. Back suplex on the hardest part of the ring, on the apron. Damage can be done right there. Shibata continuing on the attack now, though. Back to the apron. Snake eyes to Sabin. Jesus. Devastating move there. He rolls him back in the ring now, though. And this one will continue on. Overhead punch there. What the hell is Shibata looking for now? He throws him back outside the ring again. Referee restarts his count here. Oh no. Oh no, Shibata, no! Oh, apron power bomb to Sabin. When Kevin Owens has done that in the past, he has put people out. But I don't think Shibata hit it that hard. And Sabin went, oh wait a minute, Shibata! STO! Will it make him the #1 contender for a second time? Cover by Shibata. Sabin kicks out. What I was going to say, though, is that when Owens hits that move, he does it with the intent to break someone's back and to put them out of action. I think Shibata used that as a strong move, but certainly not a move to finish off a match. Didn't seem as heavy-handed, I guess the phrase would be, as what you see from Kevin Owens. Nevertheless, so this one's still continuing on here. Sabin trying to claw himself up to his feet. I think that was Christopher Daniels getting involved there in the argument. Leaping cutter, though, by Chris Sabin, and things have turned around here. May have played a bit of possum there towards the wrestler. Shibata finding himself face first in the turnbuckle right now. Sabin not exactly doing much. Both men face to face with one another. Their snapmare takeover now. Kick in the back there of Shibata as well. Sabin going out to the apron here. Is he looking to fly? Yes, he is. Frog splash. Definitely didn't get all of it, though. Both men staying down after that one. Sabin up to his feet here. Look at with the elbows now just raining in on the head. Gotta say, Sabin's done a really strong job thus far of maintaining control in this matchup, more than Shibata has. Sabin eyes are there, and Chris Sabin could be on the path now towards No Mercy, towards that shot at Okada. He's painted the target on Okada's back, and he may be on his way towards firing the shot at it. Sabin! Cradle shock to Shibata. Will this seal it? 1, 2. Shibata kicks out. And Sabin isn't the #1 contender yet. Good counter there though by Shibata, keeping himself in this one. What can the wrestler do now? Oh, he looked to end it. That's what he's going to do, Shibata. PK! Shibata into the cover, right in front of the D.C.C. But Sabin kicked out as well. Shibata can hardly believe it. The look on his face told that. His reaction to it all told it as well. Shibata hoped that that would have been finished, but it wasn't. And a leaping cutter by Sabin there. Right back to the head of Shibata. But Shibata forces himself up to his feet here. And here he goes once more. Clotheslines. Duck Sabins. Scoop slam there. This is a very competitive ending now. It has almost been brewing to this for a little bit. Slams him back down on the arm, trying to take away the cradle shock maybe. Trying to take away his power moves from him. Just throw him over his shoulder there like he was nothing. Katsuyori Shibata now thinking about that end goal. Thinking about another chance at Okada to make it right. To make things happen, to avenge the loss. But another leaping cutter there. Big damage to the head of Shibata being done with every single one of them, but cannot keep Shibata down in this one. Sabin though with quick stomps there to the back of Shibata's head and his back as well. Locks in a chin lock now, trying to apply a wrestling hold to the wrestler. Might not be your strongest idea. As Shibata is proving now, look at the way he's muscling himself out of this situation. Elbow after elbow there. Shibata still got something left in him. What a kick in the back that one was. Shibata still trying to go here, but Sabin stopping him. There's the cutter again. Sabin goes in for the cover. Will this end? It doesn't hook the legs, and I think that's what allowed such an easy kick out there for Shibata. But that cutter certainly kept him down. Shibata not with a very emphatic kick out like before. Sabin now on the apron. Leaping clothesline back in the ring. Chris Sabin goes in for the cover. Will this make him the #1 contender? Oh, it almost did, but Shibata kicks out again. He needs to do something quick. Shibata's in trouble. If he doesn't counter something quick, it could be over. If he doesn't counter this, it could be over. Shibata might be out on his feet, and Sabin knows it. Cradle shock by Sabin. 1, 2, 3. Chris Sabin is the #1 contender to the WWE Championship. He will face Kazuchika Okada for the WWE title at No Mercy. You can give a minor assist to the D.C.C. on that one for some slight distractions, but the majority of that was the work of Chris Sabin. He hung in there. He survived the PK. He survived all the attacks from Shibata, and in the end of it all, Chris Sabin is on his way towards No Mercy to get that chance, to get that match against Kazuchika Okada. As I said, he has painted the target on the back of Okada. Now we see if he'll pull the trigger at No Mercy and become the WWE Champion at the end of the night. It may very well be the case that after No Mercy, Smackdown Live will hail Sabin. That will end this episode, Universe, though. Thank you guys for watching. Take care, guys. And ta-ra.